So I'll talk about this new product we have. It's a little bit different than what I'm talking about from the detection response piece. Again, we came up with this product to help ourselves, right? So we're going through both CMMC or NIST 800-171 attestation and SOC 2 Type 2 um, uh, for auditing and all that kind of stuff. And really needed a place to say, we have to get our evidence in here. We have to test against this stuff. Where can I keep my evidence? How can I verify that evidence? How can I then test and prove that I'm doing those sorts of things? So we said, well, let's just build a system that does that. And as we started building it, we're like, well, we can add even more frameworks. We can do all this. We can put a full pen testing thing behind there. I mean, that's what IntelliThreat Vision is. And so it is a compliance and a compliance-based penetration testing platform that is autonomous, right? So you just kind of tell it what to do. I'll show it to you here real quick. I'm going to make sure I give Dermot enough time. But this is a tool that is again, it helps us with compliance. It helps with doing it's an automated penetration test. You can tell it how aggressive you want to be with it. It's really a really neat tool that we're going to be giving to people. So this is Vision. I need to log into it because it's been sitting here for a while. So just give me a quick second. Let me grab password for this. All right. So again, I won't go through the full demonstration, but just to kind of understand what it is, we have both engagements and compliance when it comes to using this. And so what compliance is you can pick whatever compliance framework. There's 22, I think, different ones inside here. So you can pick whatever compliance framework that you want to do. Let's say you want to do the CIS controls just for the heck of it. This lists all the controls for you, right? So you can have these controls in here. You see something that failed. So what you can do is you can drop your evidence in here to say, okay, I have evidence for this particular control. I don't know what it is, but you can browse a file. You can upload, a PDF into here. I don't even know what that was. It's not going to pass because this is not even normal for this. But what it will do is it will go out, send our AI, and then analyze that document and tell you if that document is good enough to pass that control. So you can be sure that when you upload these things and your evidence is there, that evidence suffices to pass that particular security control, right? So this says, nope, this is a notice of commencement on the house that I'm building, so it has nothing to do with this. So it said, you're crazy. This has nothing to do with with this security control. So that doesn't pass, right? So it doesn't pass for that requirement. So you can do that all by yourself. We have another feature that you can upload and let it figure it out on its own. So you can upload a document for either one framework or all the frameworks, and then it will tell you if that particular document passes and where it goes. Now, the great thing about this is if you're trying to do multiple security controls or multiple different compliance frameworks, it doesn't just do one. If you say all frameworks, it will parse this and put it wherever it needs to go. And same thing with the evidence you upload to one. If you upload a control and it maps to another control across any of these frameworks, it automatically populates all those for you. So you're not doubling any work, right? It's very cool. It helps, like, again, especially if you're doing like NIST 800-172, which is CMMC Level 3. If you've already done NIST 800-171, 90% of those controls map over to NIST. There's only a few controls that are different between 170 and 172. So you're not redoing that work, right? So, and then you can generate reports for that. I only have an engagement report, but you can generate compliance reports. So it'll tell you what you need and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. Then what you can do is you can have an engagement. So this will do a pen test against those particular frameworks. So you can come in here, you can tell it, 2026 infrastructure audit, whatever. I don't know, call it whatever, doesn't matter. And so we're going to do what's called a compliance-driven pen test. So it's going to look at controls that you select for whatever framework you want, and it's going to pen test your environment against there. You can tell it the scope, so you can put in, 1 and 2, and whatever network scope you have. I'm just going to make one up here, 24. You can add multiple ones in there depending on where you're getting it from. You can test if you have external things you want to test. You can do that as well. You can exclude things you don't want to test. So if you have sensitive things in your environment, you can exclude those things. You can exclude accounts, all that kind of stuff. You can pick, like, say, I want CMMC Level 2, and this thing 10171, they're the same thing, whatever. So these are the two I want to test against. You can tell it how aggressive you want it to be. You want it to do it fast and normal. You want to do any kind of out of scope exploitation. You can always ask what you should do. You can provide credentials. So if you want to do credentialed scanning and those sorts of things, you can. It's a better test if you do those sorts of things. And then you can hit go. I'm not gonna do that because it will actually start. It'll actually start pen testing my network here. But I have run it here, right? So this has its own agent harness that it uses that will plan out the complete test on those controls. It will do reconnaissance. It'll enumerate. It will do that multiple passes, so it finds everything it can. It'll validate. It will try to exploit if you so choose it, and then it'll give you the report when you're done. And the report comes out and says, like, here's a pen test report. Shows you everything you need to know from things that are critical, high, medium, low, and informational. You can export it to a PDF. You can pick the theme you want, and then it will export a PDF that you can give to an auditor, right? So really cool platform. Again, it was born out of necessity for what we needed to do. And we will be we're adding other things into here as well from a cyber insurance perspective too. So you'll see that coming here pretty soon. So we're pretty excited about Vision and what it does. I think it's going to be a lot of going to help a lot of people out. So